teach them the 4 parts of prey drive. So there's 6 parts of prey drive that we were talking about. You have eyeing the prey, chasing the prey, gripping the prey, counter. We call it tug of war, but it's the kill the prey, dismemberment, and consumption that we never get into. I want to teach all 4 of these parts early on. Remember though, the formula, time plus energy equal prey drive peak. If you write anything on this, I stole that formula from Francis Metcalf. It's his formula and I love it. Time plus energy. When I'm playing with a puppy, I always stop here. If I don't know where it is, it's better to stop here than here. On this side of the hill where the puppy says, I want. So when you guys see how short we work the dogs, I work the dogs very short in the club. The puppies are very short, where they're like screaming the next session to get back on the field. It's just, they're crazy to come back onto the field. And the whole club says that. My dogs always know when I turn down, I live on Lombardi Avenue, Lombardi, that my dogs are just going nuts. Like, we're going to training, yay, we're going to training. It's like Disneyland. You want your dog to have that drive. So with puppies, I'm doing my back tie feeding, right? So I'm back tie feeding. They're getting used to pulling on the harness, collar, prong, in that order. You guys all remember that. So they're feeding and they're getting used to this. I'm showing my puppies the world. My puppies are in the house a ton. A ton. They're not just in a kennel run. They're with the family, so that they understand kind of the rules of the household. We're dating. I always have food with me when I'm with a puppy. So when I was teaching in Los Angeles, I went to this feel-good seminar and said, catch your students doing something right. And I was 23 and I had kids in my class 18. So I mean, we listened to the same music. There wasn't a big gap. So I had to dress like in a tie, and I had to kind of separate myself completely from the students. And I was very strict with my students. And I went to this feel-good seminar and said, catch them doing something right. And I remember there was this one kid in my class named Juan. This kid was always in trouble, just always in trouble. Just always. And I went to the seminar. I saw this girl, Tiffany, wanted to talk to Juan, and he did this. So I said, hey, Juan, come up here for a second. He had that dejected look like, great, here we go again. I said, hey, Juan, I saw Tiffany wanted to talk to you, and he said, I want to say thank you. It changed Juan, not life-changing where he became an astrophysicist, but a little bit. And I felt good, because whenever there was a noise, guess where I looked? Juan. If I'm with a puppy, I want to catch him doing something right. I want to catch my dog doing something right. If I don't have food or a toy on me, I miss moments. So I want to catch my dog if... and you got to choose your own rules of your household. And if you're consistent, there was a lady I trained with named Patrice. And I forget her rules of the household. It was either the dogs are allowed on the carpet and not the hardwood, or vice versa. I don't remember which way it was. I think it was they're allowed on the hardwood, not the carpet. That's not my rule in my household. That's her rule. And the dogs understood it, and they were happy because, like I said, the yellow light sucks. This is the rule. So people have to determine their own rules. You know, I don't know. You guys determine like your own rules. So I'm doing all that with the puppy. That's part of the program. But now it's time for the lunge whip. I'll get the lunge whip out and I'll make a big deal out of it because I have it under the gazebo by my stand. I'll bring the puppy out, say it's 11 weeks old. And I don't do any, I'm old school. During the teething period, I don't do anything with tugging or anything like that. I'm just old school. That was, people say, Joel, that's old school. That doesn't matter. I still don't.
It does. I think that's why I have to sell this puppy to sister. No P2.
Oh, no P2. Yeah. I do not play when they're teething. So I'll make a big deal. I'll get the lunge whip out. And guess how many objects I tie on my lunge whip? 7 different toys, not at the same time. One day leather, one day jute, another day sheepskin. I'm always mixing toys up. I don't want my dog to have a favorite toy. Normally they gravitate. I'm always mixing toys up in obedience. Joel, how come you're using tug today? I don't know. Last week was the ball. I'm always mixing. The toy is not an entity unto itself. It represents me. You and I do this, not your favorite toy. And they will kind of gravitate towards one. But then I mix it up again, saying, okay, we're not using that one for a month. So I'm always mixing up the end of the lunge whip, different stuff. So I'll get it out, and let's say it's jute that day. I get it out, hey, puppy, look what I have, and I'm teasing. And I let him chase. I'm working eyeing chase. And it's one bite for like 4 minutes. I don't teach my dogs out. I'm not against this, but a lot of people teach, and the dog offers the out click pay. I don't want my dog to ever let go. I want it to be crack cocaine where they never let go. During the transition phase on the lockup, the dog should stay on the bite till they hear the word ouse. So my puppies, I'm already teaching dumbbells with certain words. They're chasing, don't hold it high so they flip. It's about this far off the ground when they're chasing. And I don't do too many misses with puppies, maybe a little bit. So if you picture, here's the left whip. Mine's much longer than this one, so I'm not as good on the left whip. And I'll let the puppy go. They'll chase kind of in a circle. I don't do a lot of where the puppy misses and zigzags. I think on the long bite, the dog will cut you off. I want the dog to be true on the long bite. So I want them, one time I'll go and circle this way, facing, and it bites. So if it bites, I walk up the leash. Hey, good quiet. We play tug of war. I just follow the puppy wherever they go. Good puppy, yep. Hold it under. Quiet, good quiet. Good. Yes. So they're already hearing the word good quiet. They're learning what quiet means. So that's what I said on my sleeve or my dumbbell. Quiet, good quiet. If I say it loud, quiet, I'll tap them on the nose. On an escape bite, quiet. So if I see a chew, so they're already learning what quiet means. Quiet, good quiet. I let them play again. And I'll do that for about 3 minutes, one bite. And I say, hold them there under the chin. All right, all done. All done actually means all done. I lift them up. I let them chase it for a second. And I put it up somewhere high, and they're like trying to get it. I'm like, all done. And guess where they go? Back in the crate. That's how I do my puppies.